Welcome to another edition of Harness Central. I'm Harold Howe, and we're here with Marvin Katz of the Harrisburg Sale to have a little bit of conversation about Katz11. First of all, congratulations on a great year, but I guess the big news everybody's talking about is you're looking to piece the horse out. Tell us about that decision.
It was Myron's idea. Myron Bell, of course. He just felt that it would be appropriate to bring some breeders in particular, similar to what they've done with Donato and some of the other really successful horses in the past, and discussed it amongst the partnership, and everybody felt it would be the appropriate thing to do. So we're going to syndicate 20% of them, but primarily with the idea that we'd want breeders, and the response has been overwhelming. It's been tremendously well received.
And shares priced out at?
40,000 apiece, 4.8 million full value.
Game plan, he stays with Tony Alagna.
Stays with Tony, race for 2 years if possible because of the rule changes, but we'll go one step at a time. Certainly comes back to the races next year, and we'll hope for the best.
Right. Will he be going to Florida for the winter?
No, Tony trains in New Jersey.
Will you be going to Florida?
I will go to Florida, yes. I train in Florida, right. I have a home now in Florida that I bought last year, and so yeah, you get to be my age, Harold, spent enough winters in Toronto.
Right. The horse lost his last race. Bit of a disappointment. It wasn't disgraced, but he still lost.
I'd have to say no, and I'm not making excuses. He's a brilliant, talented horse. The front end was really difficult that night. If you saw him race the week before, I think everybody in the industry was just awestruck by that performance. It's a long year for these pacing colts. He went as many big miles as any two-year-old has ever gone. And so I think in summary, he was great, and I couldn't ask for any more.
You and partners probably have about as big an investment in the horse racing game as anybody. You live in Ontario, so you've got as good or better perspective than anybody about what's happened there. What's your take on it today?
Well, obviously I'm concerned. I think as everyone is. I'm a little more optimistic because I tend to be optimistic. I love the industry and I love the sport. I'm upset because there was a clear lack of consultation and dialogue and discussion, which should have happened before any major fundamental changes that took place. I think if there was a willingness or desire on the part of the government to change the system, it should have been done and could have been done in a much more productive and reasonable fashion. So I'm upset with the process. I'm upset with the lack of transparency that's going on, and I'm upset that their lives are being affected and they don't know what's going to happen.
You're a developer by trade. Can you get your mind around this hell-bent idea that the province has that there has to be a casino in downtown Toronto and all these supposed spin-offs they're going to be?
Well, let me answer it this way. I've been a real estate developer in Toronto for 40 years. I've spent my entire adult life developing properties in Toronto. I know that process pretty well. And if anyone thinks that they're going to be in a position, if they hit the go button tomorrow in Toronto, if anyone thinks there would be a shovel in the ground short of 5 years, they're dreaming in Technicolor. The province doesn't understand that till they get through all the studies and the opposition that's inevitably going to happen, and the OMB battles and the shadow studies and the environmental and so forth, it will be 3 to 5 years of turmoil and tumult before you would put a shovel in the ground. And then it would take, at best, 2 to 3 years to build something of that size. So can the province of Ontario realistically afford to give up the money that they were harvesting for the next 5 to 7 years before there would be a casino? As to the question of the casino in Toronto, Toronto is a city of 4 to 4.5 to 5. GTA is a city of 4.5 to 5 million people. I have no fear that there could be a Woodbine and there could be another casino downtown, and both could do very, very well. And the citizens of Ontario, the province would do well, and I think Woodbine and the casino, the new casinos, could easily exist together.
Just to back up, how is it possible that the province couldn't understand what you just said about a 5-year process?
I have no idea, but what I tell you is fact. It is impossible to contemplate a building or development of that size in anything less than 3 to 5 years at a minimum. It could take longer. The City of Toronto Council is going to begin discussion, I think, with this week. Well, I know clearly there's a lot of significant opposition to the approval of that. That could go back and forth, as we all know. How long does it take them to decide on subways? They're still talking, right? We need more shovels and less talk, and that's a decade at least. Why would you think the casino thing would be any different?
Well, your point's very well taken, and you do realize that there's still time to enter for Dalton McGuinty's job.
I have no interest in politics. No.
Doesn't pay enough at Myron. Or Marvin, sorry.
No, Harold. I'll stick to what I'm doing. I've spent my life doing what, and I have a lot of passion for the development. I love the harness business as well.
Well, thanks for your thoughts, and again, congratulations on Captain Treacherous, and hey, we'll see him in the spring.
Thank you, and a little shout out to Doremon as well. She's pretty good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Marvin. Thanks very much. Harold Howe with Marvin Katz giving you the Harness Racing Edge.